It's been a long time since I did this type of video. So my plan here is to just kind of talk for a while without editing, which is gonna be weird. You're gonna hear all my weird deep breaths and all kinds of stupid mouth sounds that I might make. I'm sorry, okay? Seems like it's a little more personal if I don't edit that much, if I'm just talking to you as if you're here with me, we're hanging out. So what do you think? Oh, you agree? Yeah, me too. That's crazy. See, look, we're on the same page already. So what you should be seeing here is a real-time drawing of Michelangelo, Mikey from the Ninja Turtles. I did a short of this a few months ago, I think. That might only be on TikTok actually, but I was always planning on putting this one up eventually. I had the Leonardo piece that I did, same type of style of video, just real-time drawing and hanging out, and yeah. I didn't talk much in that one though. I don't know how much I will talk in this one, but we'll see, I guess. But yeah, I had a whole plan of doing all 4 turtles and having them be these longer style videos and talk about the turtles and talk about how much they mean to me, everything that I really enjoy about them, and who my favorites are. I was gonna start out with Leo and Mikey. They would be the first 2 because they are my least favorite, and then do Raph, who is my second favorite, and then Donnie, who is my personal favorite. Well, I mean, Raph and Donnie are very close, so they could go either way on that one, but the idea was to kind of build up to who my favorite turtles were, and then talk about them and all of the things that I've worked on that were related to the turtles. Worked on a couple of shows, was working on a movie that got canceled, but that's all of the story. Did a lot of character design and a little bit of art direction for a couple projects that ended up not coming out as well. Tragic, man. We put a lot of work into those. There was some really cool stuff that we were putting in there, and I was really excited about it. I mean, we all were, the whole team was. If you're actually really watching this video, let me know who your favorite turtle is and why. Also, what is your favorite iteration of the turtles? Like, from any of the shows, the old movies, the newer movies, animated movies, video games even, comics, you know? Which iteration of the Ninja Turtles is your favorite iteration? I think my favorite personally is... I have 2 favorites, 3 favorites technically. That's cheating though. So I'll tell you what those 3 are, and then I'll tell you which one of those 3 is my favorite. The 3 that are my favorites are the original comic run, which is fantastic. I love it. The thing about the old school comics is that it's meant to be satire, and a lot of people don't quite pick up on the fact that the turtles are not supposed to be super serious. Like, they are serious and the stories are serious, but like the comic itself is not meant to be taken super seriously. That's why they did all of these silly type characters and then made them super serious, like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like, that's ridiculous, and the creators knew that, and that was the whole point. They wanted to kind of flip the comic book genre on its head, because especially around that time in comics, everything was getting really serious and just crazy, over the top, you know. They did some fun stuff. I really like that run, the original run of the comics. Then my other 2 favorites are the 2000 show. I think it's 2000, it might be 03, I don't remember, but it's the early 2000s show that came out. That show is obviously fantastic. I feel like most Ninja Turtles fans, if you ask them who or what iteration their favorite is of the Turtles, they'll probably say that one. And thirdly, a bit of an unpopular opinion among the more old school fans of the Turtles. I really, really like the most recent one, which is the Rise of the TMNT, I think. That show, it's a very short form show. It only ran for 2 seasons and they got canceled, but That show is fantastic. That show's so good. There are so many things about that show that are really, really, really well done. It's all like under the mask of being super silly and childish, but they had a lot of story moments that they were very clearly building up to, and arcs that they were putting together. They would break it up a lot, which is why I liked it, because they mixed up the dichotomy. They would do a serious like canon episode, and then they would do a couple just one-shot random episodes, and then they would come back and do another canon episode, and then 2-3 more random occurrence episodic type stories. And the thing I liked about that was that they would progress the canon, like the character arcs and everything, in those specific episodes. Then in the next one-shot episodes, they would continue that, like not continue it, but they would maintain it. So if a character did something different, or like they learned a lesson, then even in those next 2 or 3 silly episodes, they would still maintain that lesson that they learned in that last canon episode, even though these are still just silly episodic episodes, you know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense. It's hard to explain, but the reason I like it is because of that. And they were very clearly building up to a much more classic looking version of the team. They started out one way, and the reason they did that was so they could have big arcs for certain characters, like Raph realizing that even though he is the natural born leader and he is quote unquote the oldest brother, he could also recognize that Leo was a great leader, and because Raph was kind of forced into this leadership mentorship role, he didn't feel like that's where he needed to be or that's where he wanted to be. But Leo was just kind of the very natural, nonchalant leader. Like, he became leader when he really needed to, just because he was the most equipped in certain ways. Having Donnie be this very nonchalant, like non-caring type of character, and then give him this arc where he understands his intelligence and he recognizes that he can utilize it in a certain way in order to help not only himself but his brothers as well. He was always a very self-centered type character, in that show at least, until he grew a bit and realized that he loves his brothers and he wants to, be there for his brothers and be a part of this team. Mikey is pretty much always just Mikey, which is fine. I like Mikey. Everyone loves Mikey, but he's not my favorite. In fact, Mikey probably is my least favorite of all the turtles. I still love him. I love all of the turtles, but he's probably my least favorite. So yeah, those are my 3 favorites. Sorry, I kind of went on a tangent there, but those are my 3 favorites. I really like the early 2000s show, the original comic run, and Rise of the TMNT, the most recent show. A shame that it got canceled because they were doing some really interesting things with it. Also, the Netflix movie that they did is really, really good, because they push further into the character arcs and the progression. They really allow them to grow up a little more. But of those 3 favorites, which you could probably tell, and as unpopular as it is to be, an older fan of the Turtles, like one of the, I've known the Turtles since I was a kid. I've loved the Ninja Turtles since the live action 90s movies, so, and the 80s cartoon as well. So it's unpopular, but I think Rise is one of the best iterations of the Turtles I've ever seen. I love it so much. Everything about it. The art direction is beautiful. The character designs are really interesting and different and unique compared to all of the other things. And that's why I like it. I really enjoy when a team of artists and writers can take a property and do their own thing with it. You keep it true to what those characters are supposed to be, and you work out a way that you can kind of have them become at least similar to the classic versions, but don't have them start out that way. They do their own little thing, and that's really what I like. I like that there are so many unique villains to this show, and just there's so many things about it. It helps that a large part of the art team worked on both Samurai Jack and Genndy Tartakovsky's Primal, which are coincidentally like two of my favorite shows ever made. Primal potentially being my favorite show ever made. I would recommend that, by the way. I have a Primal video that I will be putting out at some point. It's a very long form video. It's going to end up being like 40 plus minutes. I'm really excited about it though. It's going to be the first episode in a series that I'm trying to do called Art Perspective, and I have a whole bunch of ideas, and the only reason I haven't done it is because I'm afraid that, well, two things. I'm afraid it won't get any views because I know I'm going to put a lot of time and effort into it, and I would like for it to be seen by people, you know, but also it's going to take a lot of time to edit. I'm still putting it together. I've been putting it together for several months now, and I'm very proud of the way it's coming out, but it's not ready to be put up yet. And hopefully by the time I do put it up, I'll be doing more of these longer form style videos more often, and you guys will actually enjoy these videos. And because every time I do a longer form video, it gets like no views, so you know, we'll see what happens. I don't expect this video to get a lot of views, but that's not why I do this. I don't make videos for the views. I make videos because it's an outlet, and I've been going through a lot lately, so having an outlet in this way is very good for my mental health. And speaking of mental health, I hope you're taking care of yourself, and I hope that you know that you're not alone, and that you can always reach out to someone, whether it be a friend, a family member, a professional in the support industry, some random YouTuber that you don't really talk to, but maybe he could help, and that YouTuber is me. But also, you know, there's hotlines, and even if you're just out on the street walking around and you see like a police officer or something along those lines, you can reach out to people and you can let them know how you're feeling. They will definitely sit down and listen to you. Well, a lot of them, not anyone, but there's always going to be at least one that will, you know what I mean? So don't give up on yourself. Don't hate yourself. Do your best to show yourself some respect and some love, because you are deserving of it. Every human is. Every living creature is, actually. But yeah. There will be a link in the description of this video, just as every single video that I ever make, and it will have the suicide hotline and just a couple of different areas where you can click that link, and you can click that link and it'll take you to a place where you can hopefully get the help that you need. I think I'm gonna stop talking now. I don't know if this is the end of the video or where you're at in the drawing. If it's not, I'll just turn the music up, and then, you know, you'll have something to listen to and continue watching the drawing. Or if this is the end of the video, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Hit the like button, maybe share this around, show your friends, your family, your co-worker, that homeless guy on the corner. I don't care, just show this video to people. Please put me out there. I need your help. Like, I need help to get up there, to get somewhere with this, because if I'm gonna keep putting as much time and effort into this channel as I have been, I need to know that there's gonna be support, you know. Yeah, let me know what you think of that intro that I put at the beginning of this video. I really like it personally, but just let me know. I think it turned out well. I have some other intros that I made recently that I might put into rotation on other videos. I don't know, we'll see what happens, but Okay, thanks for watching. I'm done. I'm rambling. I keep rambling. Let me know who your favorite turtles are in the comments. Let me know what your favorite iteration of the turtles is in the comments. And I will see you in the next video.